Morning, students. So, we start today's class with a nice thought. Kindness makes you the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what you look like. So, with this excellent thought, we start our class. So, we have our topic arbitrary arguments in passing a function. So, first of all, we should consider that when we pass some arguments to a function, those arguments are considered as input values in the function. Now, you have learned three ways to pass arguments. You have learned these arguments can be passed in positional way, in keyword manner, and in default argument way. So there are three types of arguments which you have learned earlier: keyword, positional, and default. Now this is arbitrary arguments. If you don't know how many arguments that will be passed into your function, just add a asterisk symbol before the parameter name in the function definition. This way the function will receive a tuple of arguments and can access the items accordingly. So see the definition of my function. Def my function before kids is the name of formal argument, formal parameter, and before writing this word, this variable name, I have used asterisk symbol. So the data type of this formal parameter will be a tuple. I am printing the value of kids here, then type of kid, so it should show tuple, and then I am printing the youngest child plus the third value, so it should print the third value of that tuple. Now inside main block I am calling the function my function. Three values are passed. So now run this. You can see the first value is tuple which we have supplied. Then the second print is type of that argument, so it is showing class tuple, and the print statement is printing the third value, index number 2. The youngest child is Linus. So now we will see another example to understand the use of arbitrary arguments. You can see in this program a function test is created which is taking vals as arbitrary argument. Notice the asterisk symbol preceding the formal parameter vals. That will make it a tuple which can accept any number of arguments supplied by a calling function. So in this program, in this function, you can see I have created two variables, sum and avg. Then I have taken the length of vals. So if you are supplying 7 values, the length will be 7. If you are supplying 15 values, the length will be 15. Then a loop is running for a in vals, so it is iterating inside the values which are collected in vals. Then sum equals to sum plus a. So what we are doing here, we are here totaling, we are totaling the values which are collected inside vals. Then after this this loop is over, what we are doing here, we are taking the average by dividing sum of values by number of values. So we have got average here, then our function is returning sum and average. Now inside main block you can see, since your function is returning two values sum and avg, we are collecting two we have taken two variables to collect those values, s comma av equals to, then we have supplied many arguments, many values. So your function is collecting values and it is doing accordingly. Then the returned values are collected in s and av variable, so we are printing sum is, then s, and then average is av. I am sending you these two .py files in your classroom app. You can test yourself. Thank you. Students, in this third program of today, we will learn arbitrary keyword arguments. So two asterisk symbol before your variable name in formal parameter, and it can accept keyword arguments in any numbers. So if you don't know how many keyword arguments that will be passed into your function, add 2 asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. This way the function will receive a dictionary of arguments and can access the items accordingly. So you can see in my function def my function, and I have created a variable k preceding with two asterisk symbols. Then I have printed the k variable. After this I am printing his last name plus dictionary and then the key value L name. Now in main block I have called the function my function f name equals to Pratyay, L name equals to Samantha. So you can see I am passing keyword arguments, but in formal parameters I have used star k or asterisk k to collect any number of formal parameters. Run this program. So you can see a dictionary is created automatically. F name Pratyay, L name Samantha, and then what I have printed, his last name is Samantha. In my program you can see I have printed his last name plus k, that is your dictionary, and then L name, which is the key of this dictionary. So you have learned how to pass arbitrary keyword arguments in this program. Students, we will see a lambda function in Python. A lambda function is a small anonymous function. A lambda function can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. So I am giving you one example of this, where a lambda function is taking one value and it is adding 50 to the number passed in as an argument. So see, in line number 8 what I have written, x equals to lambda a colon a plus 50. Here lambda is a keyword to make anonymous function. A works as formal parameter, and then after colon what you are writing? You are writing a plus 50, that is an expression. Whatever value is supplied to your function is adding 50 to it. Then I am using this function in next line, in line number 9, print x 5. So here 5 will work as actual parameter. This value will be collected in a, and what your function is doing, your anonymous lambda function is adding 50 to it. Run this program. You will see result is 55. We will see this with one more example. In this example I have used a lambda function that multiplies argument a with argument b and print the result. So in this function you can see x equals to lambda a comma b colon a into b. That means with your anonymous function lambda, you are taking two variables as formal parameter, and what you are doing as an expression, after colon you are multiplying the values which are supplied to the function. Then in line number 4 print x 5 comma 6. So without the use of name of your function, you are supplying two values 5 comma 6, that these values will be collected in a and b. So a will have 5 and b will collect 6. Then in expression side what you have written, a multiplied b, so it will print 30. Run this example. So you can see 30 is printed. Now I just want to say no hurdle is big enough to stop our learning. Thank you very much.